Nowhere on earth are the celebrations of the Catholic Church displayed in such a unique and fervent manner as they are in Antigua Guatemala during the Holy Week leading up to Easter Sunday. Antigua was once the most important city in all of Central America. Today it's recognized around the world for its passionate devotion to the annual Semana Santa, or Holy Week processions.
51 weeks of the year, you'll find Antigua to be your typical laid-back, charming Guatemala city. But if you're lucky enough to be here during Holy Week, as I am, you'll experience one of the most spectacular religious celebrations anywhere in the world.
Welcome to Holy Week in Antigua. Being here to experience the fever firsthand, it's easy to understand why few places on earth can match this elaborate religious ceremony. It is massive. Hundreds of thousands make the annual pilgrimage to Antigua during the final week of Lent, all taking part in the Semana Santa festivities. This rare and deeply committed atmosphere is one of the main reasons why, starting 30 years ago, UNESCO has recognized Antigua as a World Heritage Site. This Catholic celebration of the Passion, Crucifixion, and Resurrection of Jesus Christ is so breathtaking, it's rivaled by only one other place in the world, and that's way across the Atlantic in Seville, Spain. Now that makes a lot of sense when you consider that when the Spanish conquistadors first arrived here, they were accompanied by Franciscan monks from Seville. The processions in Antigua, however, are undeniably the most dazzling in the world. Compliments of the tropical climate here, with sumptuous flowers, fruits, and incense native to the region. A quick history lesson. The celebration of Semana Santa started in Antigua sometime after 1521. That's the year Spain gained control of the Mayan region. Franciscan monks were sent with conquistadors with the sole mission of converting the native population. Most historians believe Holy Week has been celebrated in this region continuously since around 1543. Exactly 1 week prior to Easter, on Palm Sunday, the parades commence. People from around the world come together to witness sculptures of Jesus and the Virgin Mary being carried through the streets in what's known here as the processions. These sacred works of art are carried on the shoulders of brotherhoods, which are generally made up of families or parishes. Today kicks off the first of a long list of processions carried out by the Brotherhoods. Parades depicting the last days of Christ on earth, from his betrayal, persecution, death, and resurrection. Scenes that are showcased on these detailed floats during Holy Week. Adding to this dazzling display is the attention paid to detail on these floats. And check this out, some of these floats weigh as much as 3 tons. Maybe float isn't exactly what they do. Because of the massive size and weight, designers have to be extremely careful with the height and width. Not to mention, they obviously have to make sure those carrying the floats are strong enough to handle it. One wrong move or flaw in the design could injure those taking part in or watching the parade. Each float, or and as they're called here, are cared for by each individual brotherhood. The floats have a long shelf life and are usually handed down from generation to generation. Originally, according to Catholic history, these floats were carried by individuals who were performing a penance for their sins. Today, those who carry them are more likely to be members of their brotherhood and do it with a more positive spin. Participation is usually tied to pride or social status versus an act of repentance. The one constant which does remain, it's forever a symbolic sign of devotion. Another piece of the Holy Week tradition includes those lucky enough to live along the parade route. These families have the honor of creating their own decorative carpets called alfombra. Usually, the scene on the carpets relates to a theme in the upcoming procession. These religious works of art are specifically designed by family, friends, and neighbors to be proudly displayed during the parade. So Evelyn, you're obviously building a carpet for the procession?
Sí, this is important for the family because it's Holy Week.
What are the materials in the carpets?
The material acerrín. The
Acerrín,
material acerrín, añelina,
Yalina,
flowers, fruits,
fruits, vegetables. Do you create a new one every year or the same every year?
No, different.
Different every year?
Different every
okay.
year.
And you're spraying it down, that's with water to keep everything from blowing away?
Yes.
And this is in advance of the procession. The procession will pass right over this?
Yes.
These intricate alfombras take some major planning. Long before the celebration of Semana Santa begins, locals lay out potential templates for their designs. Everything is considered: carpet theme, design, materials, and construction. No detail is left to chance. This annual ritual has helped the people of Antigua come to know and rely upon each other in truly remarkable ways. Surrounding this passionate celebration, like the crown of an ancient Mayan ruler, are Antigua's three massive volcanoes, de Agua, de Fuego, and Acatenango. This trio of smoldering volcanoes encircled the city way back when Antigua was the capital of Guatemala. In fact, they were the cause of great tragedy in 1773, as monster earthquakes destroyed the capital city of over 60,000. This disaster was the final straw. It convinced Spain's ruling body to move the capital to its present location in Guatemala City.